All right, welcome to the OG Minifans Show on the Kirk Minahan Network. I'm Steve from Providence with TJ Hubbard and Tim from Canton. Tim, how you doing this week?
What's up, boys? Thanks for having me back. Great to see you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hopefully
First time,
you can come
second
on
guest.
all the time. Yeah. Yep. Hopefully we
Jesus.
can have you on a lot. That would be great. So, gentlemen,
Thanks.
this has been it's only Wednesday and it's been a crazy week so far.
Banner day is what.
Awesome day. Very good day. But I wanted to start it off on a lighter side, something that makes us all smile. The Boston radio ratings came out today.
Oh
And,
boy.
I was hoping to go over them with you guys. A lot of people already seen them, but I wanted to go over some of the numbers. So we'll start off.
Off share.
So we'll start off with the morning. So Greg Hill got a 6.6.
Not
Pretty
bad.
good. Pretty
Not
good.
bad at all. Yeah.
Toucher and Rich got a 13.5.
Ooh.
So they doubled them up. They doubled
Okay.
them up.
All right.
Then you go over to your buddy TJ Dale
Yes.
Keefe. They got a 3.5. They got a 3.5, and Zolak and Bertrand got a 15.
Oh,
That's a fucking.
Ooh,
That
Dale
is
got,
a,
Dale
quintupled
got
up.
half of Greg's half.
that is a
That
fucking
is
throttling.
a fucking murder scene.
That is tough. And then
Boy.
you go over to 2 to 6. Ordway, Merloni, and Fourier got a 4.1, and Felger and Maz came through with a 19.4.
The argument would be, well, there's no sports really to talk about, but then I see a 19.4 or a 12 in the morning, and obviously somebody's talking about fucking something.
Yeah.
So, it's not for the lack of sports. It's definitely for the lack of talent.
Exactly, because it's all theory anyway, right? What ifs? What'll happen this weekend? But just, is Rich Teef, is he crying now that he stayed? Or did he cry more when Michael Hawley left because he wanted to go with him?
No shit.
He definitely fucking balled his eyes out.
I did reach out. I did ask the guy for the evening numbers for our buddy Mutt, and the response that I got was, "I know you like him. You don't want to read off those numbers."
Oof.
So I don't know what it was. I'm assuming in the maybe twos.
Still has a fat contract though.
That shit's going to be coming close to an end, doesn't it?
Still has one though.
Still has one. I don't know what you consider fat.
Yeah, I know. Everything's relative, right? So
$25,000 in the pocket. It's not bad.
Who's he up against though? Is he up against what's on 98.5?
I've still never listened.
Did Christian Arcand switch over? Yeah, I don't know. There's a couple.
It's ironically Adam Jones. Is the
Adam Jones.
Oh boy.
It's the 98.5 guy.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right. So, gentlemen, let's not beat around the bush. Huge day today. Huge day. So it started off, they had what did it drop at midnight? The show.
Yep.
And it started off, it was heavy.
Actually dropped like at 10.
Did it really?
It was early. Yeah, it was early.
Okay. And then today now is my favorite day because you double up on them. Then it goes right into the series show, and it was just today was a beatdown that you could read about. Your buddy K. Marco, the editor of Barstool Sports, decided that it would be a good idea to let Zonker write an article that was pretty much a hit piece, if we're going to call it that, on Kirk. I think that's a fair way to describe it, in which K. Marco pretty much admitted when he came on, some of the few words that he did say, he just does not like Steve or Kirk. And it seems like anything in the past, and including this article, that he could do to hurt them is fair game in his eyes. It doesn't look like that's going to be happening going forward. But what do you think about the whole situation, TJ?
Well, I can say that we only heard about the few situations, maybe the handful, that the spike blogs from the Michael Jackson thing with Dice and the training one. There was only a few. I can imagine there's been other stuff behind the scenes that we don't hear about. Not has been spiked, but just like talking within Barstool headquarters with them. I mean, I'm only surmising and I'm only assuming that that's the case, but if he's pulling fucking dirty tricks like that, that's fucking awful. And it's nice. I don't know if you guys have ever seen porn before, but when the guy has his rope wrapped around his fucking nuts wicked tight and they're all red. That's what Kirk was on the end of fucking K Marco's balls with that rope today. It was pretty amazing to watch.
I've never seen that. Tim, what do you think?
You're a liar.
I think that genre of porn is not my style, but I know what he's talking about. Today, there aren't many things that piss me off in this world, but that absolutely friggin' pissed me off to no end. I can't believe the way that douchebag acted to Kirk, to Steve, to Mike, to Barstool, to Portnoy, to everybody, and most importantly to the fans. Fuck him. That was bullshit what he did. That was like my boss taking a proposal that I had made, bring it to the competition, give them all my pricing, give them all my strengths, all my weaknesses, and then laughing when they win the deal. Steve, it's like your boss telling you to, we're going to bring somebody else in tonight, but not tell you, and they're going to go and do your run, and they're going to make you look like an ass when you go out there and try to deliver to your customers. Absolute bullshit what he did. And what's even worse, he's a fucking punk. He laid down like a bitch. He laid down in the middle of the road. Kirk didn't even have to run over him. He rolled over on himself. The guy get on, he lied. He's a weasel. Oh, well, I guess I'm sorry. If that was the old, let me placate your fans and say I'm sorry so they stop tweeting at me and I can mute them. Fuck him. I don't care if he stays or goes, but that's bullshit what he tried to do to Kirk.
You could hear it in his voice today. None of that was sincere. None of it.
No, zero.
There's no fucking way. He was like, yeah, okay, I'm sorry. He went back. He doesn't give a fuck.
Let me ask you something, TJ. Do you think that he was told by Portnoy or somebody that he has to go on that show?
Yeah,
because it sounded like he did not. He would. I don't think he's sorry. I don't think any of us think that.
I bet the conversation kind of went like this: "Hey, K Marco, I can't believe you fucking did this. You let the cat out of the bag here. You know what I mean? So you're gonna have to fucking deal with it. And you're gonna have to go on the fucking show and take your fucking licks and say you're fucking sorry in the meantime." It was like you're scolding a little kid, and then that little kid's like, "Okay, say you're sorry," and then finally he goes, "I'm sorry," and just leaves. He doesn't mean it. He's just saying it.
Right. He's sorry he got caught. He's not sorry for what he did. It was personal. It was petty. And I thought about it today. Portnoy's not big on punishment. Do you think that was his quote unquote punishment? You have to go on the Kirk show because God knows there's no other punishment. Even KFC, Dan, they said, "Oh, he got yelled at." Big fucking deal. He got yelled at.
And I don't know. He has short fillings. You know what I mean? So he had to sit there through those 2 songs, which were excellent, by the way. So just sit there and fucking take your lumps.
Well, let me ask you this. So Kirk said something today or over the past couple of days that seemed to make a little sense. So to me, K Marco doesn't generate much money for the company. He has a standing job to which he has to pretty much edit and look at the blogs, which he self-admittedly is lazy about and doesn't do it.
Doesn't like to read.
He doesn't. Just lazy, just a lazy individual. Where Kirk, Mike, and Jesus Christ, Steve, they put out a lot of content. You see that they go over the allocated amount contractually that they're supposed to. And that's more or less to appease the fans. I would say to make the fans seem like, it doesn't cost us any money, but as far as the amount of time that we listen to the podcast, the amount of time that we put into, just following the show and all the extra stuff that we do, it seems like he rewards the fans with extra. Every day we get a little extra, whether it be an hour and a half, whatever. That's extra stuff that, like you said, he does not get paid for. I listen to some of the shows ever since I've got Sirius now, and they're done at their time. When these guys are done, they can't wait to get the fuck out of there.
Oh yeah.
So I don't understand. You got a show that's putting out an extensive amount of content. There is nothing still going on in this world. Coronavirus. There's obviously the race riots going on right now, stuff like that. But throughout this whole time, the show has done an amazing job of just generating content. They're generating money for Barstool, which I would think would be the biggest purpose of not only a show, but someone that actually worked for Barstool. Come up with an idea, help get us some money. I don't think he's appreciated, to be honest with you.
I can say me buying this hat probably provided more to Barstool than K Marco has. in the last
What,
month.
you mean that the cocktail book isn't a big seller, you don't think?
Probably not. But Jesus, I don't know. So he reviews the blogs. Half of them are just, the comedy, or they're just, lighthearted, or, it's not a big deal. So you just look at it. Yeah. So I get it where he barely reads it because it's, probably not interested in it. But when something like this hit piece comes across his desk, oh yeah, I don't know how he thought it was funny, or how
Didn't.
What I mean?
His
explanation anyway.
Yeah, right.
But, yeah.
Zonka was the weapon that K-Mako used to get personal, and he's not Kirk's boss. That's what I think infuriates me more than anything. Is he's just some schmuck who's been given some power, who's a hanger-on. Yeah, he was there at the beginning, but in this world, it's what have you done for me lately? And Dave's super loyal, so is Kirk. But he's not the guy's boss, and he's holding back the best talent they have there, all because of petty grievances that he's got for whatever reason they are. Who knows? And he uses Zonka's post as his weapon. He's a total liar. He said he never read it, and yet it got edited. So he did know what was in there. At first he didn't. Then he did go back and edit it. So he knew exactly what he was doing. Portnoy admitted that he had lied to him. So the guy, you can't believe whatever he says. And I love the way Kirk took him to task and just said to him, it's not face to face, but he flat out told him, you suck. You suck at your job and you should leave. And he's right. Find something else. You didn't say leave the company, but it's not what he should be doing.
But anybody could do that job. Blind Mike's salary could do that job and do a better job, and be unbiased about it. I think it was being biased is what really fucking did him in today.
And also getting submarine by, can you guys imagine a coworker going to that length to submarine you and then admitting, well, we're not friends, so I didn't let you know
without me stabbing him.
Yeah, right.
Submarine sting.
Now, have you guys listened to any of the podcasts from Barstool or anything like that? Have you guys ever
other
listened to any of them?
One. Erica's. That's it.
All right. Well, so Eric is in a little bit of a different. So when you go to some of their podcasts that have multiple people on it, they just sound. In all honesty, the three of us talking it's better sound quality than what a lot of them that they are putting out is. Now,
that rundown the other night was horrid.
So now Kirk, Steven, and Mike, they go into the studio. They could have taken the other option, which was do it from their house, but they chose to go to the studio every day, which, believe it or not, it is a risk. You got fucking Mike in the back of an Uber every day, whatever. There's risk associated with it. But Kirk and his show, they put so much effort into not only the content that goes out, but also the quality, the listening experience to us. It could be Kirk if he was talking like Portnoy was yesterday from his fucking pool, and it sounded as bad as it did. I don't know if I could listen to some shit like that. It seems like at Barstool they're just of the mindset, just get something out there, just get whatever out there, and however it comes out, so be it. But I don't think that they take as much consideration to the quality.
I think what you're saying is quantity over quality there, and opposed to where I think Kirk's probably more a quality guy, opposed to more. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I have to admit, it works for them for what they have for their model. That's why they brought Erica in, right, to bring them to the next level. But for their model, Stoolies are very passionate. They're very loyal fans, and they just want something. So I'll say it works for them, but to treat Kirk and put him in the same vein, it's insane. Those podcasts, Steve, you know what it reminds me of? Remember when Eddie Endelman used to have his stupid show?
Yeah.
And he talked about freaking hot dog safari. When I listen to some of those shows, that's what it reminds me of. Now, if Kirk did a hot dog safari, it would be amazing, right? We'd be talking about it 10 years afterwards. These guys, they get on and they do their podcast. I'm with you. I can't follow what they're talking about. It's inane bullshit that they don't even make funny. At least, well, Dan does. Dan is pretty funny, but most of them just have this diatribe about nothing.
Yep.
Nothing at all.
Yeah.
It's not funny. It doesn't go
Seinfeld's a podcast. It's a show about nothing.
Well, I got a question for you. So Kirk wanted to go on the rundown today. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He did want to go on the rundown. And they said no. What do you think would be the reasoning that conspiracy theories from you guys. What do you think? I personally have my own, but interested in thinking why you guys would think that they don't want him on today.
Because they start with the names start with a P and N, Ussy. Because they don't want him on. I mean, that's plain and simple. Because he can spar with the best of them, and he can certainly spar with any of those three. And just beat them down. Be a bloodbath.
I'm with TJ. I think it's complacency. I mean, they got their payout, and good for that. God bless them. And I'm with them. You know what? I got to admit, if I was in that spot and I had equity in the company and I knew what I was looking at, why would I want somebody that's actually going to wake me up or make me think or get me motivated to do something when it's human nature? You just want to sit back sometimes and just go along for the ride. And I think they're just right now riding it out, and they're putting in, some of them are putting in more effort than others, but I just don't think they want to feel like, I think they feel like they've made it at this point. So why change course?
Well,
yeah, I think. Go ahead, TJ. Sorry.
I think that that by them not changing course and just being complacent, like you said, it's going to hurt it more than anything. I mean, Kirk's always said it's not about the money, about the quality. And,
for him,
yes,
but
of course. But he's been very successful in that theory. And if they're just pushing stuff out and they don't really care, then it's in the long run, it ain't going to work for them. They might get paid now, but
well, I think for some of the individuals, I couldn't agree more. But for a guy like Portnoy and K Marco, frankly, they have equity. I mean, they're sitting pretty. Penn stock keeps going up. They're doing great and good for them. But
yeah, but that for them, that's like we had this conversation, Steve, for Providence. It's like winning the $1 million and being like, oh, look, I have all that money. And you know damn well, if I win $1 million, up and gone like a fart in the wind, quicker than you can, blink.
Yeah.
So you got to, when you have something like they have, it's better to build and bring people in to build. And I think Dave saw that. That's why he brought in Kirk. Yeah. Better to sit there and build the brand and make a larger fan base. And by them not putting him on the rundown, that actually hurts him. So,
I mean, Dave's made the comments. You've seen tonight, they're trolling Kirk with the, KFC and Dave, they're trolling Kirk a little bit. And, Kirk's got the energy, like you said, Steve. He is passionate beyond belief about the quality of his show. It is everything and more to him. And I think Dave looks at that like, I've been there, done that. He did a great job with Barstool. I remember the days when he had his, half homeless people handing out Barstool flyers on the Red Line in Boston. I used to see it, I used to get them. They were one sheet. They weren't bad. The guy, he did the work. I think he's just at a point now. It's like, all right, I brought on Kirk. He's a great talent, but that's, kind of like Francis was. That's his thing. That's not Dave's world. Dave's world is Davey Day Trader right now.
So you think that they're scared of him nonetheless, as far as do you think that they're intimidated by him as far as
I don't
what you could see he could do? No?
I don't think scared or intimidated. I think they're more of, this guy's got passion. This guy wants to make it happen. Right now for us, let's just, be a couple of Rockefellers and roll in the dough. And why have not a headache, but, it'll give Dave a headache. I mean, he wants to sit with his stupid starfish fucking tank top there. I hate that thing.
I actually wanted one of those.
You gotta wear it to Saco. But TJ, what do you think?
Again, I think that them not bringing like Kirk onto the rundown hurts the brand more than anything. I think we all saw what the Minifans can do last night with the hashtag Fire K Marco. So if anything, we have a massive fan base that's growing. Again, I don't know the numbers. I don't know the numbers of the downloads. I don't know the numbers of the fans. I don't know any of that stuff. I see a lot of it because we're all in this world, but it's pretty large. I mean, it's not Barstool large, but there's a big portion of us here.
Well, you know what? Is that maybe the point, you guys, that maybe Portnoy looks at it like, Kirk's on board here. We love having him here, but that's Kirk's thing. He's not a Barstool guy. He's a Kirk Minahan show. And that doesn't maybe translate into the Barstool world. I don't know. Were you guys stoolies at all?
No, I used to just watch Jenna Marbles and jerk off
Yeah.
their YouTube videos. That was about it. That was as
It's-
far as.
About the same.
I send gifts out once in a while at Portnoy when he tweeted and stuff. But once in a while you'd see the Barstool Sports and the video would come out of a guy jumping off a balcony onto a table or stuff like that. It's very entertaining. It's one of the things I
Totally agree. But it wasn't like a. It's kind of like, remember, it used to be like Chive. It was Chive and Barstool. You guys remember Chive?
Yep.
It reminds me of Chive, and you just scroll through and look for a video. Or Jerry Thornton always had good columns, but. By the way, those are going away. Say goodbye.
All
to
right,
those.
so let me ask you guys another question. Change the subject a little bit. So we got the you guys, all three of you are going to the drive-in in Saco, right?
Yes.
And all two, both of you, I believe Justin's going as well. So he brought up something about Madawaska. Would you guys say it was the next day? I know I can't.
It makes two of us.
That's so, Tim. Would you take the drive up to Madawaska the next day? Or would you go up there? I know you skipped out last year to talk to fucking Snake.
Through the heart.
Would you?
Through the heart.
Would you go up there? Would you take the ride this time to Madawaska?
All right. First, I'll say Steve's just being nice because the guy did call me and ask me if I wanted to jump in with him.
I said I'll pick you up.
You did. You did. That was unbelievably nice, and I wish I could have. Hockey tournament, I told you. But yeah, he's just being. Steve's acting like he doesn't have a heart, but he's got a huge heart. And I wish I had gone. So would I go now? Well, seeing that I haven't told my wife yet about Saco, even though I bought a ticket and that's my last day of vacation with the family.
Yeah,
I'm going from New Hampshire straight to Maine.
Yep.
Why not? It's going to be a shit show anyway. I'll go to Madawaska. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's sort of like when the Wilbur sold out the two shows. I got tickets to the first show, but I didn't want to get a ticket for the second show because I don't want to take someone's ability to actually see Kirk live. I'd love to go to the second show, but it's way up in Madawaska. I have a rule. I go to Madawaska once a year. I already went this year.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. There is I'm hoping that this is something that they do going forward because there is a huge drive-in in Rhode Island right off of Route 146. And it's massive. And it fits hundreds of cars. And I'm hoping that's something creative. I mean, I've never heard of anything like that before.
That theater and the one in Saco was when I saw Return of the Jedi, 1983.
Oh, Steve.
Here he goes.
The vortex.
It doesn't take much.
Vortex.
Oh, that's all I remember.
Tell me a story, Daddy.
He's trying to take me in.
No.
Not gonna happen
story.
tonight.
I'm just saying that's where I saw Return of the Jedi.
But that is something like that. You know what I mean? Like so. You're going to be creative. Not a lot of people can be close to each other right now. I would have just the thought of that. What?
Hold up. You're saying not a lot of people will be close. That place is going to be packed with 250 cars, and you're fucking nuts if you think I'm sitting in that car.
You're playing by the
rules. We're going car to car.
I'm saying you're playing by the rules, and you're coming up with something that kind of skirts the law a little bit. And that's a great idea, and I hope that they expand it to where they drive around. There's a lot of people I've seen that are upset that they're not going to a different part of the country. I don't know where the big draws are as far as in other states. You know, I don't think that they can go to somewhere like North Dakota or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
4 people.
But still, I can't wait. That's going to be a great time. I'm looking forward to that big time.
I'm seeing it as a tasteful melange of Woodstock and Lollapalooza together. I think it's be insane, dirty, clean, fun beyond belief.
There's a lot of nice local places that we can either mingle with after or before. I know if Blind Mike wanted to do Mike and the Minifans or DEC wanted to do his show. I mean, I have some places that in mind. I'd have to double check with them, but there's a lot of stuff to do up here.
Well, there was a Minifan who was proposing putting together a kind of Minifan summer outing himself up in OOB. That was a great idea. Yeah,
Jesus, who did that?
Yeah, that was a great idea.
Ned Snock.
All right, coming down to the.
I think his name's Hubbard.
All right, coming down to the end. 2 more things. So I want to know. Real quick, who is on trivia this week? So last week the winners were Who's that
Yes.
fucking lumberjack guy? Who's that guy? That Stacy's cell phone? Who
Yes.
I told you guys, it's not going to be a fucking girl. It's going to be some guy.
Oh,
You
please.
thought it was some smoke show chick.
Exactly.
You already
Some
had
bullshit.
you're like, oh, here it comes. I'm unzipping. You know, there it is. Oh,
Complete
son of a bitch.
opposite of what I
You
want.
still finished when you saw him anyway.
I believe I called you one day and you said, hang on, I'm thinking about what Stacy from Madawaska's death phone looks like. I'm just about finished.
So who do
True
we got?
or not?
Who do we got? It might be true. Who do we got this week?
So we got DEC and Kevin from Bristol versus, speaking of which, LK, Latino Kirk, and Ned Snark. So
They're going to be
should
back in time.
No, they might be in Florida, right?
Yeah, well, wherever he'll do it.
Aren't they?
Okay.
Ned's in Florida, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
but
they're
it's
gonna be
Sunday.
down
I
there.
think he'll be back by then.
Okay.
Well-
All right.
Oh, if he's
All
not, now it looks like Ned Snark's gonna have to pick a new partner.
Well, do
Okay,
you want to
fair
go
enough.
over the rules again? Because I know Kirk
No,
loved that we
no.
talked about him for so much last time.
Oh
No
yes,
more rules.
yes.
So, do you guys have anything else that you want to cover before I show you my big surprise?
Well, I'm just excited about the Saco. I'm really excited.
Okay.
about
All
that
right.
place.
We already went
We
over
got
that.
fun towns right across the street. You can get on
Tim?
one of those little canoes. You know.
Tim, do you got anything, buddy?
Oh, this is why I love it.
Wait,
You guys have me
I
on.
hold the record for the most times down that fucking log flume. It's like
now
106,
you do.
106 times straight.
Flumen?
Fluming. Right down that
106.
log, 106.
So how long did that take you? Like how many hours?
Fucking all day. Went down. The season pass cost you like $14 back in the day. You just go in there and hang out in the log flume.
I had
Tim,
to.
he's
I'm,
Tim,
the boat.
I'm smelling
Tim,
the
he's-
Astros,
smelling.
yeah, have you ever gone to the Astros? Have any of you guys been to Fun Town?
Tim, he's got you right now. Okay, I'm
I
going to
know.
try and draw you out. Is there anything that you?
Neither of you guys have been to Fun Town.
No.
No.
Unfucking
Tim, is there
believable.
anything that you have on
Sheltered
your mind
lives?
before we close this out?
Let's see. We covered Saco. Is it Saco or Saco?
Saco.
So it's Saco.
Yes.
Saco.
It's like Mick Foley's hand. Saco. Remember that
Okay.
from wrestling? No.
No, that was the guy with Tourette's, right? Yeah, I guess.
Yes.
Steve, again, sorry, buddy. No, I shouldn't say no. Question about this weekend. So, how do you think the show went, Steve? The trivia show last week.
I liked it, except that you guys forgot the one cardinal rule that I think was broken. And Tara's a very nice girl, great girl,
But
very
Here
nice.
comes the big butt.
Probably sweetest person you could ever meet. I don't fucking think she drank 10 beers. And you got to get that glass and you got to pour it out into
Oh
that fucking glass.
shit!
Because
Okay.
when you hold that bottle straight up in the air, I used to do this move when I was fucking trying to show off. You'd stick your tongue at the bottom and you'd be like, oh, I'm getting cocked. And then you put it down and then you move on to the next one. All right. So you guys got to make sure you get that glass.
Okay.
TJ?
We
gotta
will
keep it honest.
enforce the glass rules
All
this
right,
week.
So I'm tight. So I'm starting to get college bills. So for my kid. So I had to tighten the budget around this place a little
You hit the Mega Millions. It's
So
unbelievable.
no.
Oh,
So
shit.
I did it. So I have delved into the poor people's aisle at the local store.
Golden
Hold that up. Hold that up.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
yeah.
Hold that up.
apple glass.
Apple blast. Golden
Those things
Fox.
are apple trash.
Oh, Christ.
I
I
just-
smell a GoFundMe.
I delved. I said I got to make things last over here. I'm in the poor people's aisle.
Ever chew your cereal and it tastes like a pillow? That's what those fucking apple blasts taste like. Fucking chewy.
They are.
Oh.
If you close your eyes,
Hitting into a
Yeah.
stale pancake.
they are almost the same.
Close your eyes, hold your nose, and have someone kick you in the ass while you take a bite. Almost tastes the same.
Those golden puffs.
Oh, no.
Now, this is
you-
someone I can't eat cereal. So, but I did back in the day. Golden puffs were fucking gross.
Someone please write this down. I have so many questions. So many.
That's what-
TJ, you got to call me tomorrow. I need to hear more about that.
Listen,
Okay.
I just got a $3,500 bill I had to pay.
Oh, shit.
So you went and bought golden puffs? You might as well rake the leaves. And
I
eat.
know, right? I get some pine bark
Jesus
mulch I
Christ.
can give you. Put it in milk and it tastes the same.
Jesus, it's a lot more expensive though. I'll tell you. Christ.
If you close your eyes and
you could-
imagine a happy place.
Yeah, but just
You know?
Steve, think about this. Every what do they say? Every crisis has an opportunity. Well,
Yes.
at least you get to put a mask on when you go down the aisle.
Fucking cat food.
No, that's not me.
My-
That wasn't me.
My grandmother used to have the big shredded wheat biscuits. You remember those things? The big
Yeah,
ones?
yeah,
And
yeah.
then
The huge
hot-
ones. Yes.
Milk on it and
You
sprinkle-
gotta break them all up in the bowl.
Yeah. Jesus, those are fucking disgusting.
Steve, you're not getting Oreos. You're getting Hydrox now.
Yeah. You get cheese nips. You don't get cheese its.
You don't fucking shit for 3 days after you eat the thing.
Great value fig Newtons.
All right. Enough. So listen, that's it for this week. Good luck this week with the trivia. Look forward to hearing the show. Thank you very much to Kirk, Mike, and Steve, Justin for helping us out tonight, and we will see you next week.
All right. See you guys.
Thanks for having me
Thanks.
on.